This national university, once they will have the capabilities to develop expertise with other experts, they will provide a national certification. And the funds for this national certification should cover what? Should cover the cost of the delivery of the training, including internet, including the teacher, and also including the validators, which are persons with disabilities, and multiply on two. And the other part of the cost of the certification, so this is a 50% that the university will recover for the cost of the course that they are doing, but the other 50% will generate a national digital training program fund that will be later used to train the end user on how to use the accessible website, which are now made accessible for them. Because all these efforts, if the end user do not use it, is not worth. So we have to have all the people involved. And in general, the challenge that we have and we are all facing is that the developing world do not have enough money to develop these courses. So with this national certification model, everybody can win. The academic member, the experts, and the person with disability. In few words, all the program that will follow for next week. And with this, I thank you very, very much for your attention. Thank you. Can we play the video, please?
Did you know that more than 5 billion people are using the internet? What would happen if you couldn't access the internet? Nowadays, being able to access information online is crucial to everyday life for education, healthcare, and employment opportunities, and to be part of a digital society in general. Unfortunately, persons with disabilities cannot benefit from information, products, and services like other citizens due to the fact that websites and their content have not been designed with their needs in mind, and therefore are not accessible. There is a global commitment to ensure that persons with disabilities can fully and equally access information and communication. To ensure an equal access to information and communication, countries are developing regional national laws and regulations intended to make public websites accessible. To support the creation of inclusive digital societies globally, ITU has developed Internet for All, a 5-day web accessibility program that equips countries and regions with the necessary knowledge and tools to make sure that no one is left behind in the digital age. The first step is creating political buy-in. Through an executive workshop for decision makers, participants will develop expertise in ICT accessibility and deepen their knowledge about the positive impact on the digital inclusion of persons with disabilities can have, not only on their personal development, but also on the social economic growth of their counties and regions. The second step builds capacity in developing accessible digital content. Participants will learn how to make digital content accessible in different formats during a 2-day in-person training session, during which they will also learn how to pass on their knowledge to others. The validation of these skills will be done jointly with end users, persons with disabilities. Although relevant to all content providers, this course especially targets government communications staff who will further share their knowledge within their work environment. The third step builds capacity in designing and developing accessible website structures according to the WCAG guidelines and principles. During the course, which targets government IT staff, persons with disabilities will validate the work for usability and compliance. After a 2-day in-person training, participants will continue working on the accessibility of their respective websites with ITU instructors online. The fourth step, recognizing the role that academia plays in shaping evolving societies. ITU will offer the training curriculum to participating technical universities. This empowers them to become the providers of web accessibility training, thereby building a pool of national experts who will support the public and private sectors to build websites with information and services accessible to all. The fifth step. The added value of this program is its self-sustainability and the involvement of all stakeholders in the information chain, from government and academia through to end users. Through a national certification scheme, this program not only builds knowledge on how to develop accessible websites, but will also generate a fund to train the end users on how to use these websites so they may benefit from information, products, and services like all other citizens. By empowering themselves through this program and ensuring all citizens have equal web access, governments will develop national capacity in digital accessibility according to international standards, become role models in web accessibility and inspire other countries to implement similar policies, lead by example, incentivizing the private sector to follow suit, create an inclusive society by reducing inequalities and supporting the socio-economic development of persons with disabilities, ensure that all their citizens can equally participate in and contribute to the economic development of their country.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ilescu, for that very illuminating presentation. You know, from a personal standpoint, working in the ICT sector, there's this term we always throw around that ICT is the great equalizer. There's this assumption, it's a very ableist assumption that simply putting technology in someone's hands or sitting them in front of the computer is enough to achieve equality and enough to ensure the participation of all citizens. But as Ms. Ilescu demonstrated quite clearly, equality is not the goal, but equity is the goal. So thank you so much for making that so clear. Next on the agenda, I welcome, it's for the technical presentation on web accessibility. Sorry, my ICT is not cooperating right now, sorry. For the technical presentation in web accessibility, I will welcome Ms. Rosemary Ramnit, who is a CSEC teacher for visually impaired students and a JAWS instructor, and Ms. Monica Dunham, who is the ITU consultant on web accessibility. Please welcome them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Minister, for inviting us to be here with you. And I don't want to be the person who's a point of view from the carnival. So I'm going to do a very short presentation. What we really wanted to show in this presentation is what do we mean by unaccessible digital web, unaccessible web. So what we really want to present is a first definition. What does disability mean? Disability is not equal to a person and its condition. Disability is equal to a person times the barriers that it faces in life. So if we encounter a physical facility without a ramp, that's what disability is, because I encounter a barrier because there's no ramp for me if I need a ramp to get into the facilities. The same happens when we're talking about digital accessibility. So disability means in the digital world when anybody encounters a barrier and cannot access the information that is presented. So Tim Berners-Lee is the creator of internet, created the internet for everyone to use. It was for universal design and uses. So it is very important that when we, and Roxana was talking about procurement, but when we are asking and procure websites or content from the private sector, to ask for the website and the contents to be accessible in order for them to be universally used for everyone. So I have a small video that shows what digital accessibility means, and then we will see some examples.
Everyone is different. We live work, play, and interact in our own individual ways. Many of our experiences are influenced by our senses and our situations. In the online world, this means how we see, hear, move and think can vary greatly. That thing you just did on that app, someone does that in a completely different way. When you're planning your next digital creation, think about your audience's preferences and how varied those experiences may be. Don't cut someone out just because you haven't prepared for the way they might interact with your creation. And most of all, make it easy. This is what being inclusive is about. Making sure that everyone gets to do what they want to in a way that suits them. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Some people may have 20/20 vision, but some might find your app blurry or may see colours a bit differently from you or me. Some folks might need to bump up the text size a lot to read it. And some people may not be able to see it all and will listen to content read out aloud to them by a screen reader. So, make sure you have enough contrast. Let your text really pop. Use a bigger font, make it easy to see and easy to change when needed. And code it correctly so that it makes sense when a screen reader reads it aloud. If you're using sound, not everyone will hear it and some will want to turn it off. So make sure you're providing an equivalent way to get the message across, like a transcript, captions, or sign language. We all move differently. Some of us can easily use a mouse or swipe on a touch screen, but not all people navigate in the same way. Some people use the keyboard to go through everything linearly on a page. Others might use a head stick or an eye tracking machine to perform that same action. Some will need more time to get things done, and for some people, it might hurt to move. So make it easy to get around your creation. You should be able to use a keyboard as well as a mouse to perform any action. Not everyone will understand things easily or in the same way. Every brain is wired differently, so some people process information faster or slower than others. Some people understand information better when they hear it compared to when they see it. Others may find it difficult simply because your language is not their language. And some people just might need more time to process information and act on it. Don't rush them. Write your content so that it's simple and clear. Make it as obvious as you can. As creators of digital experiences, our mission is to make sure our users can do what they need to do. We're all different, and we should respect those differences in ourselves and in others. So plan for their success. Be inclusive. That thing you're creating that you want them to use, build it to help them be awesome. They'll love you for it.
Thank you very much. So that's what digital means. Digital accessibility means that everything that we're designing and creating should be accessible and should be thought to be used by anyone. So we will have some demonstration with Rosemary, who was so kind to help us, and she's so kind to help us next week during the training, in order for you, for the designers and the developers of websites to really understand the needs of an end user, as well as the content creators and thinkers. So, and I give some examples from government websites. What does it mean to be accessible? 3 out of 11 men, and I don't know why it happens more in men than women, sorry, are colorblind. So that means that when we are communicating using only color, 3 out of 11 men do not understand what we're trying to communicate. So it's not so simple. In Canada, for instance, they're changing the roads or the lights, the red lights at the traffic light have colors but also shapes. So if it's going to be stop sign, it will be round. If it's going to be the yellow sign, it will be a triangle, and so forth. So use forms us the color to communicate, because if not, 311 men won't understand what you're talking about. Also, when the first language is not, maybe I'm an immigrant and my first language is not English, and it takes me some time to understand what is posted on the website. It's like if I'm having dyslexia. And here maybe you cannot speak very well, but it's the ambassador of exactly. Because Suriname is getting recognized, and this information is passing automatically in the website. What happens with people that the first language is not English? They're trained to understand and read what is presented in front of them, but the information passes automatically, so I didn't have the time to understand what was written. So those are some of the examples of what is needed to be done in our website in order to ensure accessibility. Another example, in fact, to all of us, ATMs, is the buttons that we need in touch screens. We have to have a very small space, and we need to click on a button in order to have an option. And these kinds of accessibility issues are very important. So when we get old, and for me, I'm not very accurate in my movements, it's super important that the click and the options that are given to me are wide enough, sufficiently wide, so I can push and have my chosen option. And what happened with forms? Everyone here, I'm sure, has been trying to shop online and was stressed because they put their information on and they don't know if the purchase was done or they was mistaken in some part of the forms. So part of this accessibility also needs to be very clear in what is the expected information from the user. And if we are wrong, where were we wrong and what is the expected information that we need to correct? In order for every one of us to be more confident, to understand, and our websites to be more intuitive. So everything that we're going to do for the next week is those kind of criteria that we're going to work on. So as Roxana already clearly stated, it's not only for persons with disability, it's for everyone to understand our digital platform. So it is very important for everyone. And another example, I found some videos in also some governmental websites without the subtitles. So what happened with all the persons that want to understand what's happening in the video, and without the subtitles, I won't be able to be included in that information. So I just wanted to highlight some of the examples of what we mean by web accessibility, what we mean by digital accessibility, and what are the work that we're going to be doing in the trainings next week. So those are only examples of websites, but also we're going to see how about information, how about social media, because we're always, all the time, posting information in social media, creating information that we upload in our websites. So we're also going to see how to be sure that all this digital information in an electronic document, as well as in social media, are accessible for everyone. And what we mean accessible for everyone is that they are compatible with any kind of assistive technology or any kind of assistive functionalities. As Roxana just told us, now we are buying software, we're buying equipment, we're buying smartphones and computers that have already embedded accessibility functionalities. So if I'm buying a computer that has already a software for a screen reader, or has already a software for text, so what we need to ensure that our websites and all the electronic documents that we are creating are compatible with those technologies. The good news is that all those companies like Microsoft, Adobe, know about accessibility and are selling us products that already have embedded accessibility functionalities. So what we're going to learn next week is how to use those accessibility functionalities and how to create content that is compatible with those functionalities. So I would like to now give the floor to Rosemary, that is going to show us and give us a small demonstration of the barriers that she encounters in her everyday life as a student, as a teacher, when she wants to go online and look for information and look for services.
and also some good examples, I guess. There are also good examples you can share. Thank you, Rosemary.
All right. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Rosemary Ramos. I'm fishing here. And I want to invite you into the world of a blind person and how we use the internet. Some of you may be thinking, oh, wow, that's amazing. You guys can use the internet. But in fact, that's old news. What's new? I'm going to show you some of the bumps that we experienced along the way. And I have some colleagues here who are blind, and I'm sure you can attest to this. So, as a student at the University of Guyana, when I go into the current student stage,
Link courses.
what you're hearing there is my screen reader called Non-Visual Desktop Access, NVDA for short. So this demonstration is strictly audio, so I don't want you to cheat. I just want you to pay attention to the audio, and you will get the experience. So I'm going to scroll through the page. I'll find the link. I'll click on that link, and then we'll see what happens.
Link program profiles. Link courses. Link format digit visited. Link student loan brochure.
So I have already clicked on it because it said visited. It's a visited link. So let me.
HTTP.
So this is the link when you click it. Listen.
Lag. 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 Lag.
So the link is for the student loan brochure, and all you're hearing is blank. So I'm guessing that's all that's there, right?
Lag. Lag.
Good. Moving on. Again, University of Guyana's website. So I'm sure this has happened to some persons. You type in your USI, you go to type in your password and you remember, oh no, I forgot my password. That's okay. Click reset password. They send you an email with a link to reset. So let's go.
Edit. Selected HTTP control content. University. University of Guyana _ students login @ university. Link format digit. Guyana PD Ministry of University of Guyana University. Type the character you see.
Great. So you type in your password. They ask you to type it in again, and then
New password column to provide new out of table link of this title tape. New pass type the character you see in the picture below.
type the characters you see in the picture below. Let's listen.
Graphic capture image link reload image.
That's all we hear.
Column to edit.
And then they give you the edit field to type it in. Some websites give you the option to listen to an audio, so you hear that. All right, so if I get locked out of my account, my student's account, you know what my challenge is. Great, so I'm now going to the Ministry of Communities website.
University Guyana PD Ministry of Public Telecommunications Perkins School University of University HTTP Guyana Passport and PD Ministry of Public.
All right, I think it may probably have closed off, so let's just move on. Great. So here is the website for the Guyana passport form. They say that it's an improvement because you get to apply online for your passport.
Link for business, link home, out of list manager navigate, link for business, link developers, link features. Out of list manager.
So if you guys can see, there's under the top right hand corner, I believe there's an orange button. For the sighted people, you know that that's where you can click to access. So I'll try to find that button.
Navigation, link for business, link developers, link feature, link start free trial, link login, out of list with out of list graphic novelized, show details, graphic Guyana passport renewal, heading level 1 get the free Guyana passport renewal form, fill, online, fill Guyana passport form, try risk free, list with 3 items, link pdbuilder.com, link pdbuilder out of list 10 December 9th. I like the easy way that I can edit and share PDF files for my nonprofit. Great. Link traffic excellent reviews.
Excellent review. However, I cannot find that button. I need someone sighted to come click that button for me. So when I got someone sighted to click that button, let's go fill out my passport form.
Button graphic PD builder logo. Separator. Button press text. Button cross. Button check. Button circle. Button sign out. Button date. Button image. Button erase. Button highlight.
I have no idea what's going on. I am confused. I have no idea. There's no edit field there. I don't hear any of the headings where you get to put your name and your date of birth and so on. I don't hear anything. So not only do I have to get someone to come to click the button for me, but I'm able to use the internet, and then I have to bother someone to come help me fill up this form. I might as well go and get a hard copy and ask someone to help me pull it off, because it would save us all of this stress. So, the demonstration really is to show you firsthand what we face as blind persons when we use the internet. And there's so many other examples that I could show you. But these are critical things that we need to access, like our student accounts, our passport, and other ministry websites, and so on. So I'll hand you over back to Monica, because she would be able to wrap up this.
Thank you very much, Rosemary. So I think it was, and I invite everyone next week that's going to work with me to work with end users, because we will go through all the criteria to ensure that what we've just seen never happens again. What are the extra now that we need to do as a content creator? We're creating a PowerPoint presentation, and yesterday I sent my presentation to Rosemary, and I was like, of course I have to send her a very accessible presentation. And as not all the images that you just saw in the presentation had an alternative text, so Rosemary could understand what are the images I'm trying to, what is I was trying to communicate with the images. So all those things are going to be seen in the training next week, and we're going to work with Rosemary, with some of the end users, and I want really invite everyone to work with the end user to understand, and believe me, you will be creating better communications and better websites. So I just wanted to wrap up this first day showing what was web accessibility and showing what was some of the barrier that user encounter in their everyday life in a totally digital world. And today we were lucky, but in Costa Rica, the end user tried to pay their taxes online, and he wasn't able to pay his taxes. So the conclusion is, should they be exempt of paying taxes if the only way you have to pay taxes are online? Or should Rosemary be able to go outside Guyana without the need of a passport because she's not able to have to link her passport form? So it's an invitation to be realized that it's for everyone, and we will see next week. It's fairly easy, and with very small steps, we can really make a very big difference for the end users. So thank you very much, and thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Monica and Rosemary. And I think Rosemary's presentation really demonstrated why the ITU says nothing for us without us. We really need to hear from persons with disabilities to better understand what the needs are. And to the final item on the agenda, the vote of thanks, I will welcome the man that is largely responsible for the organization of this night's event, Mr. Jaime Ski. Please welcome him to the stage.
One of the things I forgot in my introduction and my welcome was really to thank Jaime, because Jaime has been a stalwart and absolutely fantastic when it comes to working with our friends from the ITU in organizing today and also the upcoming week. We have a great opportunity. I encourage everybody to make sure they're here next week. So Jaime, thank you very, very much for all your hard work. And of course, Donella works very closely with Jaime. And I do want to say a special welcome to our Minister of State who came in, Don Hastings. Welcome and thanks for coming.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming and thank you for bearing with us for tad late start. I want to start by saying, with no disrespect to the ITU, I want to start with thanking my minister, Minister Catherine Hughes, for the opportunity to be able to go out and get the information so that we can be able to come back and share and help to improve the lives of persons with disabilities in Guyana. Also, I must say to you that a great many thanks to the ITU's Senior Program Officer, Ms. Roxanne Iliescu, and the ITU consultant, Ms. Monica Duhan, because when I first got the opportunity to hear about this program, the impact that the presentation created on me, I said that Guyana needs such a program. And it is just a bit disappointing that more folks could not have been here today to be able to get this knowledge that we've been able to share with you through the ITU. I want to say really a special thanks to Ms. Duhan and Ms. Iliescu, and also the ICT advisor, Mr. Lance Hines, who played a very strong part in helping to get the ITU experts here to Guyana to share this information with you. Once again, thank you very much, folks, for coming.
Thank you, Jaime. And that brings us to the end of tonight's program. We have organized some light refreshments outside in the courtyard area, so I encourage everyone to stick around for that. We're going to have a little bit of some fun, some nice fraternization. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. I know I'm very excited for all the great things that we're going to learn. Have a good evening, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Please join us for a refreshment. Thank you.